Hi everybody, it's Coach Ali. Let's get straight into our mini band workout segment. Now make sure that you've got some clear space around you, free from trip hazards. With the mini band around your knees, we're going to work some jumping jacks. So just make sure that you're landing nice and soft on the ball of your foot. Try and stay light and keep the motion going throughout the set. Your turn to try it.
Like a G6, like a G6.
Fast feet for this exercise, so just switching your weight from your left to your right and just making sure that you go as fast as you can with this one. Now you can see I've gone relatively wide with the resistance bands to try to put that extra bit of pressure on the outside of the thighs, and let's keep working through for the duration of the set. Your turn. Let's take a short break and repeat the last two exercises.
Like a G6, like a G6.
With parallel feet and knees at shoulder width, we're going to work some fast-paced squats. So this is like a traditional squat, but it's got a cardio element to it because of the pace. So we're just going to make sure we keep up with my tempo throughout the set. Your turn to try it.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to...
Okay, let's use a solid surface for some support and go into a wall sit. So essentially you're doing a squat where you've got 90-degree knees, so you have a vertical shin bone and a horizontal thigh bone, and we're just maintaining our position. You're gonna start to get that burn in your quadriceps, so enjoy the process. Your turn.
Why was they open?
Let's take a short break and repeat the last 2 exercises.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. You like to move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to...
Why was they open?
Scissor kicks from a seated position for this one. So very important to just try and keep your knees as straight as you can, and then you're just alternating the up-down motion with either leg. Now make sure you try to keep your weight on your butt cheeks and not your tailbone in order to protect it. This will be good work on your hips and your lower abs as well. Your turn to try it.
And I'm down for you always. 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 And I'm down for you always.
Gotten deep under my skin, and I still feel your power. You changed my voice, you locked it in, and put out any fire. Still with one touch, you got me where you want me, yeah. It's like a rush, the waves that crash inside me, yeah.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you. And I'm down for you always, KB. Do you love me? Are you riding?
Working a rollover from that supine position, but you can see that I'm adding a mini candle at the top as well. So what we want to do is just try and keep your knees as straight as you can keep them for this one. And then we're going to kick up and lift, and then with nice control work your way back into that horizontal position. Your turn to have a go at this one.
I love the way you activate your hips and push your ass out. Got a brother wanting it so bad I'm about to pass out. Wanna dig you, and I can't even lie about it, baby. Just alleviate your clothes, I'm the fly about it. Catch you at the...
Let's take a short break and repeat the last 2 exercises.
And I'm down for you always. 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 And I'm down for you always.
Gotten deep under my skin, and I still feel your power. You changed my voice, you locked it in, and put out any fire. Still with one touch, you got me where you want me, yeah. It's like a rush, the waves that crash inside me, yeah.
Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you. And I'm down for you always, KB. Do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never...
I love the way you activate your hips and push your ass out. Got a brother wanting it so bad I'm about to pass out. Wanna dig you, and I can't even lie about it, baby. Just alleviate your clothes, I'm the fly about it. Catch you at the...
Biceps preacher curl for this exercise. So you can see I've got my elbow rested at the bottom of my thigh, and then I'm working some curls from over there. Now it's nicely supported, much like a preacher curl, and then I'm making sure I'm getting at least 90 degrees up and extending all the way back into that relaxed position. We're gonna hit one arm and then do the biceps curl on the other side as well. Your turn to try this one.
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said, don't mind, but what do you mean? I am the one who would dance on the floor and around. She said, I am the one who would dance on the floor and around. Told me her name, Billie Jean, as she crossed the scene. The heavy hair turned to the eyes, dream of being the one who would dance on the floor and around. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. And mother always told me, be careful who you love, and be careful what you do. Until the lie becomes the truth. Hey, the Billie Jean, that's my love. She's just a girl, just like I'm the one. But the girl is not my son. She says I am the one, but the girl is not my son. For the days and before the night, I was on the side. But who can stand when you in the man who's in the place? Can we dance on the floor and round? So take my strong advice.
For this exercise, I'm doing a prone hand position reverse fly. So you can see I'm extending right out, keeping those arms soft straight. And then when I push my arms out, I'm getting into that crucifix position and then returning my arms in front of me. Your turn to try this one. Let's take a short break and repeat the last 2 exercises.
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said, don't mind, but what do you mean? I am the one who would dance on the floor and around. She said, I am the one who would dance on the floor and around. She told me her name, Billie Jean, as she crossed the scene. The heavy hair turned to the ice cream and being the one who would dance on the floor and around. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. And mother always told me, be careful who you love. And be careful what you do. After the lie becomes the truth. Hey, 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 the Billie Jean, like my love. Jesus said, girl, 'cause I'm the one. But the care is not my son. She said, I am the one. But the care is not my son. For the days and my 40 nights, I was on the side. But who can stand when he's in the man? Her sleeves and legs. Can we dance on the floor and around? So take my strong advice.
Standing back extension for this exercise. So the motion, it's much like a stiff leg deadlift. What I've done here is I've put some pressure on the mini bands by opening them right up, and then I'm dropping down, keeping my knees soft straight, and then making sure that my spine remains nice and neutral. So you should get a really good hamstring stretch, and you should get a good contraction of the glutes and the lower back on the way up as well. Your turn to try this one.
So I wanna say thank you, cause it makes me that much stronger. Makes me work a little bit harder, and makes me that much wiser. So thanks for making me a fighter. Made me learn a little bit faster. Made my skin a little bit thicker. It makes me that much smarter. So thanks for making me a fighter.
With the palm of my hands pointing down, I'm going into some T-rows. So you can see that I'm pulling all the way back, just trying to keep my elbows as high as my shoulder, and then extending my arms all the way forward into that relaxed position. You've got to assume that you're pushing something back with your elbows. So that's really where your focus is for this exercise. Your turn to try it.
Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have time, but I always had a vision. Always had high hopes. Had to have high hopes for a living. Didn't know how, but I always had a feeling I was gonna be that one in a million. Always had high hopes.
Let's take a short break and repeat the last 2 exercises.
So I wanna say thank you, cause it makes me that much stronger. Makes me work a little bit harder. It makes me that much wiser. So thanks for making me a fighter. Made me learn a little bit faster. Made my skin a little bit thicker. It makes me that much smarter. So thanks for making me a fighter.
Triceps overhead extension for this exercise. So you can see that I'm using one of my hands to hold the mini band at my back, and then I'm using my other arm to extend all the way up. Now we just want to try and keep the elbows relatively well tucked in and keep it nice and stationary. Extend all the way up and retract at least 90 degrees. Your turn to try this one.
She said, but tell me honestly, was it really just for show? Yeah. She said, save your apologies. Baby, I just gotta know. How long has this been going on? You've been creeping around on me while you're calling me baby. How long has this been going on? You've been acting so shady. I've been feeling it lately, baby. You've been creeping around on me while you're calling me baby. How long has this been going on? You've been acting so shady. I've been feeling it lately, baby.
Starting from a neutral hand position, we're going to go up into some front raises. Now, you can see that I've pushed out so that I've got good tension on those resistance bands, and I'm using that tension to raise my arms 3/4 of the way up and then just dropping it back down into that relaxed position. I'm maintaining the tension on the bands the whole time, so you guys make sure you do the same. Your turn to try it.
But you need it, yeah you need it, all of the time, yeah. Young blood, so you want me, back in the light, so I'm just a dead man falling.
Let's take a short break and repeat the last 2 exercises.
She said, but tell me honestly, was it real or just for show? Yeah. She said, save your apologies, baby, I just gotta know. How long has this been going on? You've been creeping around on me while you're calling me baby. How long has this been going on? You've been acting so shady, I've been feeling it lately, baby. You've been creeping around on me while you're calling me baby. How long has this been going on? You've been acting so shady, I've been feeling it lately, baby.
Kick back with a stiff leg for this exercise. So you can see again I'm using the wall for some support, and I'm really just focusing on swinging one of the legs back, really contracting my hamstring and contracting my glutes as well. We want a slight bend in the support knee in order to protect your back. And then once we finish one set, we're gonna switch legs and do the other side as well. Your turn to try it.
Up in the air sometimes, saying, ayo, gotta let go.
using the wall for some support, we're working some legs abductions for this one. So the important thing with this one is to try and keep your posture upright and then keep your swinging leg nice and straight. So we don't want any back and forth motion, and we certainly don't want any bending of the dynamic knee. Let's hit one side and then turn around and hit the other side as well. Your turn.
It's still Dre Day, nigga, AK, nigga. Though I've roamed a lot, can't keep it home a lot. Cause when I frequent the spots that I'm known to rock, you hear the bass from the truck when I'm on the block. Ladies, they pay homage, but haters say Dre fell off. How, nigga, my last album was The Chronic. They wanna know if he still got it. They say raps change, they wanna know how I feel about it.
If you ain't up on things,
Dr. Dre is the name, I'm ahead of my game. Still pumping my leaf, still fuck with the beats. Still not loving police. Still rock my khakis with a cuff in the crease. Still got love for the streets, reppin' 213. Still the beats bang, still doing my thing. Since I left, ain't too much change. Still
I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world.
Still
hitting them colors and them lolos, girl.
Still taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets. It's the
I'm
DRE.
representing for the gangsters all across the world.
Still
hitting them colors and them lolos, girl.
Still taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets. It's the DRE. Since the last time you heard from me, I lost some friends. Well, me and Snoop, we dipping again. Kept my ear to the streets, signed Eminem. He's triple platinum, doing 50 a week. Still, I stay close to the heat, and even when I was close to defeat, I rose to my feet. My life's like a soundtrack, I wrote to the beat. Treat rap like Cali weed, I smoke till I'm sleep. Wake up in the AM, compose a beat. I bring the fire till you're soaking in your seat. It's not a fluke, it's been tried, I'm the truth. Since turn out the lights from the world-class wrecking crew, I'm still at it, after mathematics. In the home of drive-bys and acmatics, swap meets, sticky green and bad traffic. I dip through, then I get through.
I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world.
Still
hitting them colors and them lolos, girl.
Still taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got.
Let's take a short break and repeat the last two exercises.
Sometimes saying, ayo, gotta let go.
Dre Day, nigga, AK, nigga. Though I've roamed a lot, can't keep it home a lot. Cause when I frequent the spots that I'm known to rock, you hear the bass from the truck when I'm on the block. Ladies, they pay homage, but haters say Dre fell off. How, nigga, my last album was The Chronic. They wanna know if he still got it. They say raps change, they wanna know how I feel about
If
it.
you ain't up on things,
Dr. Dre is the name, I'm ahead of my game. Still pumping my leaf, still fuck with the beats. Still not loving police. Still rock my khakis with a cup in the crease. Still got love for the streets, reppin' 213. Still the beats bang, still doing my thing. Since I left, ain't too much change. Still,
I'm representing for them gangsters all across the world.
Still
hitting them colors and them lolos, girl.
Still taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets. It's the
I'm representing
DRE.
for them gangsters all across the world.
Still
hitting them colors and them lolos, girl.
Still taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets. It's the DRE. Since the last time you heard from me, I lost some friends. Well, hell, me and Snoop, we dipping again. Kept my ear to the streets, signed Eminem. He's triple platinum, doing 50 a week. Still, I stay close to the heat, and even when I was close to defeat, I rose to my feet. My life's like a soundtrack, I wrote to the beat. Treat rap like Cali weed, I smoke till I'm sleep. Wake up in the AM, compose a beat. I bring the fire till you're soaking in your seat. It's not a fluke, it's been tried, I'm the truth. Let's turn out the lights from the world-class wrecking crew. I'm still at it, after mathematics. In the home of drive-bys and acmatics. Swap meets, sticky green and bad traffic. I dip through, then I get through.
I'm representing for them gangsters all across the world.
Still
hitting them colors and them lolos, girl.
Still taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got
Prone jacks for this exercise. So it's much like a jumping jack, but it's in a prone position. So you've got half of your weight on your arms, on your elbows, and then the other half on your feet. And it's just a matter of jumping in and jumping out. Your turn to try this one.
You can call my name and I'll come running back to you. Running back to you. I'll come running back. You can call my name and I'll come running back to you. Running back. I'll come running back to you.
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
To you.
Gate swings for this exercise. So we're going to get into a wide sumo squat, and then we're going to jump with our feet together and then jump back into that wide sumo squat again. Now make sure as you land on the ball of your feet first so that you keep the pressure off your knees, and then just make sure that they're nice wide gate swings for this exercise. Your turn to try it.
Take a chance, you stupid hoe.
With the mini band around your knees, we're going to work into some squats and hit some calves raises at the top of it as well. So you can see that my feet are at shoulder width, maybe marginally wider, and it's feet parallel for this squat so that we can really focus on the lower quadriceps. And then once you're in that standing position, we're going to go all the way up into a calves raise and contract those calves as well. Your turn to try this one.
West Coast.
Let's take a short break and repeat the last two exercises. working some jackknives for this exercise. So it's basically a half rollover with your legs, and it's an abs crunch with the upper body, so that you can see that my hands and my shin are meeting right in the middle. So when we're lifted, our head and shoulder blades are nice and high, and then we're going to drop everything and get back into that horizontal position. This one's a nice difficult one. Your turn to try it. Let's take a quick break and repeat that last exercise. Now, well done for getting through your workout today, guys. Now let's turn our attention to Daphne for some post-workout stretches.
Lie down on your side and extend your bottom arm out. Rest your head on your bicep, and using your other arm, slowly pull the top foot towards your glutes until you feel a stretch. Keeping both knees close together. Hold for 30 seconds. Now let's turn over and repeat the side lying quad stretch with your top leg. Lying supine, bring your left knee to your chest and use both hands to pull the knee further in. Try to ground your extended leg by pressing the back of the knee into the mat. Hold for 3 to 5 breaths. let's repeat the psoas and hip flexor stretch with the other leg. Lying on your back, extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Reach your left arm to the side and use your right hand to gently press the leg down to the ground. Try to keep both sides of the pelvis anchored during this stretch. Hold for 3 to 5 breaths. Now let's do the inner thigh stretch with the other leg. Lying on your back, reach your right arm out just in line with your shoulder. Bring your right knee up towards your chest as far as you can without your pelvis tucking under. Place your left hand over your right knee and pull the knee across the body, then gently press the knee down towards the ground. Make sure your leg and torso remain in a straight line and try to keep your right shoulder blade on the ground. For more of a spinal twist, turn your head to look over your right shoulder. Hold for 30 seconds. Now let's repeat the pretzel stretch on the other side. Lying on your belly, place your forearms on the mat just beneath your shoulders. Press your upper body away from the floor and lift your chest up to extend your spine. Keeping the back of your neck long, draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Pull your belly button into your spine and you should feel a stretch in your abdominals. Hold for 3 to 5 deep breaths. To progress into a deeper stretch, bring your hands back to where your elbows were placed. Press your upper body up all the way, whilst keeping your pelvis still connected to the ground. Remember to engage your abdominals so that you don't feel too much pressure in your lower back. Hold for 3 to 5 deep breaths. Start on your hands and knees. Have your hands directly under your shoulders and your knees below your hips. Lift your knees off the ground and press your chest towards your thigh. Try to straighten your legs completely and lower your heels to the floor. You can alternate with bending one knee and pressing the opposite heel into the ground to stretch each leg individually. Ensure your abdominals are engaged and have your shoulders away from your ears. Hold for 30 seconds. Raise one arm straight above you. Bend your elbow so that your forearm is behind your head and reach your fingertips down your spine. Using your opposite hand, gently pull your bent elbow toward midline. Keep your shoulders relaxed and away from your ears. Now let's do the standing triceps stretch on the other side. Standing up tall, bring your right hand behind your back. Use your left hand to pull your right wrist across the body. Now let's do the Supraspinatus Stretch on the other side. Bring both arms in front of you and wrap your hands around the back of your ribcage. Round your upper back and bring your chin towards your chest. Now inch your fingers towards the spine to increase the intensity of the stretch. Breathe deeply and hold for 5 breaths. Raise your arms straight above you and clasp your hands together with your right thumb on top. Reach your hands as tall as you can and bend your body over to the left. You should feel a stretch along the right side of your body. Remember to keep your shoulders down and your abdominals engaged to support your spine. Repeat on the other side with your left thumb on top, bending over to the right side.
Great job everybody, well done for finishing your workout. Now if you think your friends will benefit from my method of training, then please share this video with them. See you soon.